Hey guys, this is a video to give you a overview of the amazing power that the new tier 8 Japanese destroyer with deep water torpedoes does. This is the Asashio or Asashio. I don't know how to say it correctly. Asashio. This boat is just extremely powerful when you know how to play it correctly. One of the biggest fears when I first heard of this boat coming into the game was that it was going to break the battleship meta even more, with it only being able to attack battleships and carriers with its torpedoes. It makes it seem as though it's not a viable cap boat, a cap contesting boat. And what I found out from playing this boat is that because of its low detectability of 5.4 kilometers, completely maxed out with captain skills, camos, and the concealment expert module, the concealment module, it actually does allow her to outspot her opponents. So played correctly with the right support, you can thwart cap attacks and base attacks because you can outspot people. That being said, you have to know how to play it. The other aspect of this boat is because she has such a low detectability, you can kind of get in and throw torpedoes where you know battleships are going to be sitting at, or general pathways that battleships are coming from. What I mean by that is you're taking away their ability to sit in the back and cap, because you're eliminating those starting points where battleships start from spawning at, or they start to be able to just sit and not do anything that contributes to the team. The argument then is that battleships are punished then for pushing forward and trying to offer team support, and while it can be argued that that is a concern, if a battleship is pushing correctly with his teammates, it's not going to be that big of a deal, and there should be no need to worry. As you're seeing right now, I'm kind of paying attention to 3 different battleships in a New Orleans. I'm really surprised the New Orleans isn't radaring me and giving eyeballs to whomever's in cap just to pop around and reset, but he's not. Shame on him. That's a bad New Orleans right there for you. He's just allowing our team to start doing some work over on him. So yeah. The guns that are on the Asashio, they're the same guns that are on the Kagero, so she has a good punch. She has a good fire setting chance. Overall, she's a very versatile boat. Obviously, you're not going to want to get into a gunfight with something, say, like a Farragut or a Kiev. Any German boats. Any Japanese boats, you always have your chance because you get the first drop on them. But aside from that, I've really enjoyed playing this boat quite a lot. I feel my concerns about her being useless were a little spoken out of touch. They were spoken out of concern that it was going to hurt the DD play level, and that definitely hasn't been the case. She's a very strong contestant boat, cap contest boat. She has the ability, when played correctly, she has the ability of just demoralizing the enemy team, just wrecking on the battlefield, and it's just hard for anybody to get away from her. The captain setup that I have found that seems to really work well with her, and it's not set up actually do have her set up like this for this one, is to run preventative maintenance, last stand, torpedo acceleration, survivability expert. Look at this guy. So lucky that he didn't die there. But we went from 0 to 96,000 damage just like that when you know what you're looking for. So again, we have preventative maintenance, last stand, torpedo acceleration, survivability expert, torpedo armament expertise, superintendent, and concealment. I believe I captured all 19 captain points there. And as you can see, like, she sets fires really well. She has great guns. Her torpedoes just do mass amounts of damage, and she gets to throw 16 torpedoes in a setting. Now, one thing that I will say, right? You can play her right up to her concealment, right? Of 5.4 kilometers. But what I find seems to do a little bit better is making sure that you give yourself a little bit of leeway that you can gun and smoke and get the heck out of there if you want to be able to do that. So that's an important aspect to keep in mind. If you want a gun, make sure you're sitting at either you have your smoke ready so that you can escape through your smoke, or make sure you're sitting at your maximum gun range so that you can just fall off detection and just, you know, pop a shot here and pop a shot there. Also, this video brought to you by Papa Shots Pizza. I don't know if you guys have heard of them or not, but they're my fictitious pizza company that I'm going to be creating. It's called Papa Shots Pizza. They're all about the fire. They're all about soggy crusts. Anyways, that was a bad joke. It was a bad joke. Don't judge me on my level of jokes, chat and viewers. Judge me on my level of playing. Okay? Also, this gameplay footage that you're seeing right now, this is the gameplay footage that put us at the #1 spot for single game damage in the Asashio. Granted, there's only 25 people that have been ranked on Ship Comrade as of, would have been yesterday. Today being the 1st of May. May the 1st of May be with you. I'm just gonna shut up with the puns. It's May the 4th, I know, and then we're gonna see all the Star Wars things. Yada yada. Yeah. Anywho's.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
It's a kite boat. If you're a fan of Mary Poppins and the Let's Go Fly a Kite song, this is the boat for you. Damn it, I did another bad pun again. Let's just focus on the gameplay. Okay, let's just focus on the gameplay. The Scharnhorst is going to eat some torpedoes. We're going to go nose first into this dead whatever boat this is here. I don't know whom it is. I don't remember. My memory is failing me. I'm old and I'm graying at the age of 32. Again, please judge me not for the color of my hair, but for the content of my gameplay.
Smoke generator started.
Taking the smoke here. We're anticipating the King George to keep on sailing away. And we're going to set the Scharnhorst on fire. Could we have put more torpedoes down on the Scharnhorst? Sure, we could have put more torpedoes down on the Scharnhorst. Would it make sense to take the damage away from the battleships that are playing closest to us and the Mahan? No, it didn't. So I said, hey, we got some flood on him. Let's try to get the target that's further away that our Mahan can't get torps on. Let's try to set this guy on fire. Let's try to be a team player here and help my team be able to get some damage. And you can see it's going to pay off. It's going to pay off. There's our high caliber. There's the sinking on the King George. And you can just see it. We just had some great team play from my team, and just some great board awareness of where the battleships were, where the big threats were, where to be moving to. And another important thing to see, most of my kills right? If you guys are looking, most of my kills are coming from within my gun range. I'm not 16k max firing at these guys. I'm shooting them with torpedoes within my gun range. That's an important thing to look at and take into consider. My kills are coming from a 10.9 and closer range. So the fear, can this boat sink things at 20-kilometer range? Absolutely. I did it to a carrier, an undetected carrier by accident 3 matches before this one. Can this boat do that? It most certainly can do that. Is that a good use of your torpedoes? Absolutely not. Here we're sitting at 180,000 damage, and we've not taken any damage ourselves. We have the Asashio, the enemy Asashio has finally popped up. I'm concerned I'm going to start taking damage. It looks as though he's not going to pay attention to me, and he smokes. Surprisingly. I don't know why you would smoke. You've got a Mahan, a Gady, a Nice Now, and myself are all here. It doesn't seem like a good thing to do, but hey, you know what? To each their own. This man needs to come watch my video of how to play this boat and learn some tips and tricks. If an Asashio is sitting on the outside edge of the map, he's preventing his team from being able to push in because they have to worry about getting hit by his torpedoes. And it also impacts his overall likeliness of hitting a target, because the further you're shooting your torpedoes, the further your spread is. The further your spread is, the greater the chance that the enemy is going to be able to swim through the torpedoes or sail through them, or however you want to call it. That's a really important factor to take into consideration. If like consider their Asashio is sitting out here with their North Carolina, right? And the Asashio wants to torp this Nice Now. Well, now this North Carolina has to turn away so that he's not going to eat friendly torpedoes. So if the Asashio is playing correctly, the Asashio would be closer to where I'm at, like how I am with my Nice Now, cutting off the direction of travel for the enemy so that it prevents a safe spot for your teammate to go through. You don't want to be firing in the direction that your teammate has to be traveling towards, if that makes sense.
Engine boost deactivated.
And patience. Patience is the key. Again, we like these guys. As a DD player, we like it when battleships play close to us. We like that idea. We want battleships to be brazen and to come after us. Rookie mistake here by the North Carolina. Has burned his repair early. I don't think he meant to do that, but rookie mistake 101. Don't repair singular fire, especially when you have a DD sitting in smoke less than 4 kilometers away from you. Bad move.
Torpedoes to port.
There comes the second frag of the game. Puts us up to 2017. 217,000 damage. I can have numbers too. I can read numbers. And so we're down to the Mas and the Asashio. And the Mas is doing the role of the Asashio and trying to be up close and kite. Where the Asashio, you guys will soon find out, is sitting down in like D4 right now and isn't really helping contest anything. So 217,390 damage with no having received no damage is what we've given out. We have 15 torpedo hits for 11 floods, 101 shell hits for 3 fires. We only have 1 assist capture, which is very interesting because we spent the majority of our time in the center of the map here. But we're going to make some things right. We're going to gather some extra capping points here. And right now we want our turpets to start thinking strategically of not continuing to chase the Asashio, but to get himself in a position that he's not going to eat a lot of torpedoes if the Asashio is setting a reloaded torpedo stand, which he probably is at this juncture. There's our assistant capture, our second one, actually our third one. And we're going to go try to hunt and spot the Asashio for the turpets so the turpets can stay alive. That's our goal. We want to win this game. We've been dominating this game. We don't want any fluke accidents to happen where the turpets gets detonated and then I get devastating struck or detonated or whatever. But you guys can see that this boat is extremely lethal at close range. And so that means don't sail around the edge of the map and throw your torpedoes in towards the center. That means go take the center of the map and throw your torpedoes out to the enemy side. That forces battleships to have to keep moving. That forces cruisers and destroyers to have to keep trying to search and find you. And the more they're moving around, the better your chances are of being able to outspot them so that your team has a chance to whittle people down. That's the biggest takeaway with this boat, is to give your team the best opportunity to be able to come back and or not even come back, to give your team the best opportunity they have of doing damage, of spotting things, of having things spotted for them, and just wrecking people. So I'm the last hope. I feel pretty solid that this is going to be a good win. I do have a confession to make, chat. I was a little deceitful. I asked the player if he wanted to ram. I had no intentions of ramming him. My hopes were to gun him down before I took any damage so I could have had a perfect aced game. But that didn't happen. And I actually almost died here because he got a very lucky what would be a citadel shot if I was a cruiser. Just a little too fast there, and I missed him with the pop shots there. I should have scoped in and I'd have been okay. But right there, a massive hit. I don't even think that that's the worst one. I think the worst one is coming up.
Problem solved, sir.
He's gonna get one more on me, I think, before I get fires on him. No, he didn't. He didn't. Either way, I took damage I shouldn't have taken, and I was a little bit of a jerk to him by asking him if he wanted to ram and then not running. Anyways, here's the after battle report. We had 729,000 credits is what we earned. Our take home from that was actually like 500,000. We did 222,369 damage, 4 fires, 112 shell hits, 15 torpedo hits, 4 incapacitations, 3 ships destroyed, 11 floodings, 4 assisted captures, and of course we got the high caliber and the Confederate medals. This boat is possibly one of the most rewarding boats to play with when you're playing it correctly. Anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed watching this. If you like this, please like, comment, subscribe. I'll try to get more of these videos out on a regular basis. Thank you, guys. I look forward to seeing you on the battlefield or on the ocean, manning the battle stations, eating my deep water torpedoes. If you're playing a battleship, you know, the normal stuff. Anywho's, guys, thanks for hanging out. Until next time, we'll see you later.